Good morning and welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, the 11th of June.
Good morning.
Quilt Show week. And man, I don't feel like adulting this week.
We don't. We've been pretending like it's not happening. And now it's happening. We're like, it's go time. Right? So,
I keep saying, and it's true, was this mine or yours?
yours. Well, it's mine.
Oh,
but
I brought
you've
it
been
over
using
here
it
yesterday.
forever.
I keep saying my level of forget it is high this year. I'm like, after this year, forget it.
Mine's not. Mine's never like that. I never have that.
Priorities, right? I'm just like, what are we gonna do?
But
What are we
I
gonna
have been like procrastinating and putting stuff off. I finally got in touch with my cousin in Korea last night.
Yeah, like every day I've been like, have you reached
You know
out
what
to
though?
anybody?
I did. I had reached out to him and hadn't heard back. I'd reached out on Facebook and hadn't heard back. And then I reached out to other cousins. And in Korea, they have something called cacao. And so
It's like their
it's their
Google.
it's their
It's their search engine.
that's their search engine.
They have like Cacao has everything.
That's not their-
They have
that's
like
not
Cacao
their-
Maps, Cacao Talk, Cacao like.
Yeah, I
they have
guess.
everything.
I guess so. So, so I like messaged him, and he immediately messaged me back, and I messaged him probably at like midnight. So then he and I started chatting, and then I couldn't stop thinking about, shoot, like, what am I gonna bring? Like, you need to bring gifts when you go.
Cash.
Well, no, and I mean, yeah. Stop! Can you stop bouncing that around? But I went on and I was reading, like, what do you take to Korea from the U.S. as gifts? And I couldn't believe how many people were like, go to Trader Joe's. They were like, go to Trader Joe's, buy like nuts and dried fruit, and they love the canvas bags there. And I was like, really? And then they also said to get, they were like, get anything that's like branded U.S., like Ralph Lauren. What else did they say? I can't remember what. Lacoste. Is that how you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Izod. And then it also said they like university sweatshirts, but it has to be like the really good universities. So university sweatshirts and honey. Lots of people mentioned honey. And then they said they also like bring them stuff like Takis and like.
Because they don't sell it there.
Because they don't sell it there. And like snacks, that kind of stuff. So I don't know if anyone has any suggestions about good gifts to bring. I have a lot of family there. So I've got 2 uncles, an aunt, and then lots and lots of cousins, and then their kids too. So I have, how many cousins do I have? 4, 3, 1. I don't
There's
even
a
know.
lot.
Yeah.
It's like
4,
one
3,
whole
1,
side of the
2.
family. This is
My mom's
one
Holt.
whole side of the family. Like for like your generation, there are what? Chanje, Unje,
Yeah, there's a
like your
Hyungjae,
2
Unjae,
uncles. So there's
Sunjae,
5. There's 5 people in your
Myungjae.
generation alone, just from that one branch. 5 50-something adults, and then there's
4.
you have tall uncle,
Oh,
smaller
my-
uncle,
yeah.
3 cousins.
I don't even. This is the thing. I was like, oh my God, I lost my address book, and I was like, I don't even know their names. Like, these are my aunts and uncles, because you call your aunt. I always
Auntie.
call her aunt. Emo. She's my emo. I've always called her emo. I know her last name is Im, but I don't even know what her name is because I've never like because everyone calls each other. You don't call each other by
It's
your
like
names.
older sister,
You're like older
younger sister.
younger, yeah. And so my uncles, one of them we call tall uncle, and the other one we call short uncle. No, we call one of them we just call uncle, and the other one we call tall uncle. So
and it's very easy to tell which one is which, because one's like 6'4" and one's like.
My cousins, I know all their names because we're like peers, like on the same level. So even my cousins, they're all boys, and they're all older than me. So I call them oppa. It's like, but I do call like 형제 oppa.
She has an uncle, so Sangchun is uncle, and she has an uncle named Samchun. And so
Samchun.
no, but this is like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Jeannie's like, I don't even think I know Sangchun's name. And her cousins are like, Samchun. And she's like, yeah, I only know him as uncle. And her cousins are like, no, that's his name. Like, his name is Samchun.
So I was like stressing. I was like, I lost my address book. I'm like, how am I even gonna find them?
And this guy was like, just reach out to somebody, and she wouldn't do it.
No, I did. Ignore him. So, anyways, all is right and good. I have reached out, and they're expecting me. And who's on first, right? It's just you call them Ajima and you call everyone auntie, and
well, like, what's funny is some of it is like you call them like, hey, old lady. Hey, older lady.
Yeah.
Like Ajima.
Yeah, you just call like, yeah, that's kind of like older
it's
lady.
Like, hey, old lady.
Oh man. So yeah. Anyways,
I felt like I woke up at like 2:00 last night, and then she tells me this morning that she was all stressed out, and I think her stress energy was embodied in like my dreams and my body, because I told her this morning before she told me this, I was like, God, I woke up last night and I felt like I'd been in a street fight. Like, I had like the least restful, like, I clench my teeth sometimes, and it was an issue and causing issues. And then I went through this like period of meditation where I stopped doing it, and now when I do it, I notice. And so I was doing that last night, and then when I told her this morning, she's like, I had so much stress in my like dreams last night. And Jeannie's like, I was so stressed. Yeah. We're gonna talk about a couple things before Jeannie starts talking about what she wants to talk about. No, like, what's funny is like you can call people by their physical traits in Korea.
Hey,
and
Daddy.
It's like things that would never pass here, and they always open with a very direct comment about like your physical appearance. Like, so like the last time I was there, everybody was like, oh man, you're still skinny, but you lost a lot of hair. Like, and like, or something like that. So I wanted to talk about air purifiers, and I've been meaning to talk about air purifiers for a while, and it's just been super busy. For those of you who aren't aware, we sell the Beneco line of air purifiers. I'm also an Ideal dealer, but quite frankly, the price point of the Beneco stuff is really good, and I just like it. Like, it's great. The Ideal stuff is more expensive, kind of a higher end product. Quite frankly, I'm not sure. Like, there is higher airput in some of the Ideal stuff, so maybe in larger spaces or larger houses it would make a difference. But anybody who's here in Reno, pine pollen is crazy right now. And so there is like I rode mountain bikes on Sunday, and when we got to kind of the summit of where we were riding, where things kind of opened up again, we were in the forest, and then we kind of rode to where the tree line dispersed. I literally said something to Kai and Adam, the two guys I was riding with, that like I was like, look at the pollen in the air. It was breezy on Sunday, and there was just sheets of pollen, and my nose was running like crazy. And like I have this thing where when I wear contacts I'm fine, but when I take my contacts out it feels like I have sand in my eyes. Like pine pollen's the thing that kills me. And I was somebody that was like addicted to Flonase. Like that sounds bad, but like it wasn't that I was addicted to it. I had to take it or I would just suffer in the spring. And for the last several years, what I've done is when pollen season kicks in, like last night was an easy example. We walked the dogs, but before we went out to walk the dogs, the air purifier had been on low in our room on an automatic setting. I went up and like kicked the air purifier up to high. So it was on high for like an hour before we got into the room. And it was hot last night. We had the windows closed. But after we walked the dogs, like I go in the house and my nose is running and like I'm just kind of miserable is the wrong word, but my eyes are itchy and my nose is running. And then we sleep in this kind of purified air in the room. And for the last several years, I haven't touched the Flonase.
Yeah.
And so
I don't even notice that you have allergy issues.
I like blow my nose more. I blew my nose when I first got to work. But we have 32 trees on our property, and it's like there's pine pollen everywhere.
It's awful.
And it was so bad on Sunday when I was riding that like my sunglasses were covered in pollen at the end of the ride. Like I actually pulled them off and cleaned them about halfway down the descent to clear it. But I've been meaning to mention this, and then every live stream, the live stream ends, and I'm like, I didn't mention them again. So
do you have them on the site?
They're on the site. At this point, I'm pretty much drop shipping because so many of you are kind of dispersed around the country, and their central warehouse is in the center of the country in Chicago. So it's much faster for me to ship product to you East Coast or center of the country from Chicago, and then I'll send like to other people from here.
Are they up at like sale prices, or what do you have going on?
They're below
the
sale. I think their MAP prices went up, and I never changed them, so they're probably below MAP. But shh. And if you see them for a better price online, reach out and let me know, and I'll always beat those online prices. But for like 3 weeks now, I've been thinking about it every time, and I forget. So if any of you are allergy sufferers, it's a great thing. I'm sure there are people that are watching that have had this experience too, because quite frankly, we weren't using the purifiers in our house. I brought the line in, and it started with Shauna, where like Shauna took home one of the hybrid purifiers. Like for people that are really bad allergy sufferers, the hybrid is great because it humidifies and it purifies. And like all of a sudden I heard Shauna telling a customer like, oh my God, this thing changed my life. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll take one home. And a couple weeks later, I wasn't taking Flonase anymore. And then like Michelle, has the air purifier made a big difference for you?
Absolutely.
So like, and we've had a ton of customers that have told us that same thing, that they have.
Yeah. And it's been amazing, especially since we got the dog. So it actually works with that for him too, because he gets a little bit of that from the dog.
So it is. It's been a
I don't
big
really
thing.
have allergies.
Don't,
I mean, I
like,
do.
Don't like.
But
Jeannie
like
always
the
says
pollen
stuff like
and
that.
stuff like that doesn't really bother me.
It's the pine pollen. Like when we moved west, I had allergies on the East Coast, and then when we moved west, I didn't have allergies for like 20 years, and then like 6 or 7 years ago, like they prescribed me Flonase because I would get sinus infections. And it was the only thing that would keep that histamine reaction down, and then like I said, it's been probably, I think it's been 4 years since I've been, like, I just am religious about it. I turn the purifier on, like I go upstairs, like around the time we eat dinner. And it's funny, like this morning, I set the purifier as we go to sleep to auto and it drops. But the purifier that we use, the H4, the P500 will actually give you an idea of the air quality in the room. And, like I turned it on this morning because I had gone out to drink coffee outside with the dogs. And so in any case, the purifiers are available. There's new product that's probably not even on the website. Her nostril just doesn't work. She needs to have adenoids removed or a deviated septum dealt with or something.
You know, I'm so sick of being like stuck. Like just even we went over to a friend's and she's doing that blood sugar thing where she's taking her blood sugar and figuring out when to eat and like tracking everything. And I'm like,
is this Noelle?
No, this is Michelle. And I was like, I don't think I could do that because I just don't want to prick myself. And she's like, it's just little and you barely get yourself. It doesn't even hurt. And she showed me like the little thing and how she did it. I was like, nope, not doing it. People through like my whole treatment were like, you're so brave. You're so tough. I am the wimpiest, least tough.
She was way tougher
brave,
at the end.
Person you'll ever meet. And every time there was a needle, I would just like, I was just like I'm like a child. I wanted to like run out the door. So, yeah, if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it. I have one, I can breathe out of one. Isn't one enough?
Yeah, like
One's
I
enough.
cannot believe she's like, I don't think my nostrils work for like 20 years. And I'm like, what? Like that's like what if it was your arm? I just don't know. I can only move my right arm.
Well, when you make it sound like that, okay, I'll go deal with it. Well, that'll be after.
Kai's good friend just dealt with it, and he's like, "Oh my god, it makes such a difference." Mateo,
yes,
is like,
yeah,
but he's also an athlete. So,
yes, we
the
use
second
the purifiers
thing,
in the store too.
Yeah. So we do have the like up front by my desk. I have one of the clean and cool fans.
Like I don't remember pollen back east.
Oh, it was everywhere.
I don't remember we had like some pine trees, but mostly we had.
It's mostly deciduous trees.
Yeah, so I don't remember there being like a pine season, like a pollen. That. Bless you. Okay.
It depends on where you are.
Did you have something else you wanted to talk about?
Yes. So, I got up today to, like, I think it's like 24 emails about the new machine. So, there was a brother sneak peek.
Oh my God.
You got to see, it was like, new machine.
Yeah, it was.
And then Baby Lock had one.
Funny.
It was like a woman traipsing through
like
flowers,
and
it was like
girl.
projection and lighting and new machine. So here's the deal. We don't know anything about the new machine. Everybody asks us what's happening with the new machine. I had an interesting conversation yesterday, and this is going to be what I say. So every time Brother launches a new machine, they blow the industry's mind, right? Like lasers. Whoever thought there'd be lasers on sewing machines, right? Then cameras. No, the industry was not prepared for there to be cameras in a sewing machine. Projectors. There was no preparation for a projector on a machine, right? So what is this new piece of technology that they're bringing out? What is actually happening? We don't know. We don't know the price point of the products. Yes, the t-shirts have all been sent out.
Oh, no, they have not all been sent out, because I had some people where, Liz, I have your stuff here. I thought you were coming to the store. I thought you were coming here.
So
send me an email.
So I got a bunch of emails, like it looked like most of them were from this morning. So Baby Lock has announced that there is a pre-sale bundle, and you can put $500 down on the machine and you're going to get like a limited edition thing, but they haven't really announced what any of that is. And so I talked to Brother to say, what are you guys doing? And are you guys doing anything like that? And so the answer from Brother was no. And so here's what we're going to do. It may not happen until after the Quilt show, but we will do a pre-order. So for those of you who just have to have the new machine, we'll do a $500 refundable pre-order, which basically will preserve your place in line, because when they do these product launches, the products generally hit over a period of time, and it takes us a while to fill those orders. Quite frankly, what we did with Brother and Baby Lock the last time for the Luminaire worked pretty well. And we were able to kind of keep track of everything that was going on. So I do think that it would be helpful. So for those of you that want to take part in that, we'll get that together. It'll probably be something that you can do on the website. That said, I've seen a lot of dealers announcing non-refundable stuff. And for me, I just can't do that given we don't know anything about it. And then the reality is, anything that one brand does, the manufacturer does. So there will be some kind of bundle or pricing advantage or whatever. So, you can rest assured that our deal will be as good, if not better, than anybody's. But the reality is, you're all bringing in trades, and there's multiple factors here. So a lot of the questions that I got in the emails that I've received were really asking for specifics. And the reality is, I don't have any. Other than I could probably guess that the hoop got a little bigger. Shelly D says the Baby Lock email was dumb. The reality is they're just working to get people excited. Bernina's announcing their new machines, and the Bernina pre-orders are going. Baby Lock's doing it, Brother's doing it. There will be more teasers. So like I said, give me a week to get it up and onto our website, but we'll have some kind of pre-order. There were some folks that were asking me about the Baby Lock machine, and listen, my feeling on this. I go, if you could buy a car and they're the same cars, but one has heated seats, buy the one with the heated seats. And so the reality is, the difference between the Baby Lock and the Brothers machines, they will be identical mechanically. The Brother machines are going to come with Artspira. They're going to come with app-driven support. They're going to come with My Connection. They're doing a whole thing that the other machines don't.
Usually they have, I don't know if it's with that, but they have a 2-year labor warranty as
No, they're going to have a better warranty. All that stuff that you've come to expect from Brothers still going to be there. But the like people reached out, like, are you going to have the baby lock machines? I'm no longer a baby lock dealer, but I do have partners. And so if you are just a baby lock person and you want the baby lock machine, reach out, because I'll find a way to get you supported from a dealer, but also to have our support too. And so the reality is we're able to do whatever we need to do for the people that are interested. And like I said, it's like, I think we'll keep it simple, right? $500 refundable. It gets your name established in the list. And like, you know, for those of you who are like, I don't care what it is, I'm going to get it. We'll make sure that your names are in a list, and it'll be easy for us to manage. And the, you know, it is something where, like I said last week, like people started asking last week. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I can't just ask for, like, I can't get somebody to commit to something that I don't have enough information about to like actually tell you what's going on. But the reality is there are people out there that know that no matter what happens, they're going to want it. And the only thing I will say about the machine is, if you look at the industry, the entire industry's been blown away by Brother every time. Like, the camera changed everything. Quilt broidery, it wasn't a word until like 2 years ago, and it's a result of the Brother technology. The interface between the projector and the camera, like, nobody else is, like, it's funny. Are there cameras on other machines? Yes. Do they work the way the Brothers do? No. Are there projectors on the other machines? I don't even know. Are there? But if there are, they don't work the way that Brother does. And the simple reason for that is Brother pulls their technology from other areas. And
Patrick said that, like, I heard him talking to somebody, and I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense.
The question was,
I had never thought about that.
Well, the question was, the customer had been like, I don't understand, like 10 or 15 years ago, we never talked about Brother. And now everywhere I go, the Brother machines are all everybody talks about. Like that. And my response was, they are hands down if you want the cutting edge of technology, there's Brother, and then there's everybody else. And I'm lumping Baby Lock into that too. If you're one of our Baby Lock customers, I don't want you to feel bypassed. But, you know, it's a Brother and Baby Lock clothes.
But what Patrick said to me is, like, you need to remember that Brother isn't just sewing machines. They have copiers, and they have scanners, and they have computers, and they can pull from all of that technology and put it into their machines. The other manufacturers don't have that. They're sewing machine manufacturers. And
they have to license that technology from somebody else, and nobody's spending the money.
Yeah. And I think as the industry evolves and the machines evolve, it'll just play into that even more. And I always tell people too, when you get a machine, it's like a car. You can use as many of the features as you want, or as few of the features. It could just be straight stitching, a great threader, and a great cutter, and the throat space that you enjoy. And as you grow with the machine, you can bring in the other aspects of the machine. It's like a car. Like, you may not use all of those features, and I use, like, maybe I could be in a car that's just like, just start it and drive. I need some AC, maybe my radio. I don't use any of those other things.
You know what's interesting though is, I had a dealer yesterday, and this is a bigger dealer yesterday, literally was like, your customers are power users.
What do you mean?
he literally was like, your customers are power users of the machines. Like, they know more about
Yes.
the interior workings of the machine. So this is what I can tell you that you're going to get from our store with the new machine is the best education available in the industry from a shop. Like, I know
Well,
other
don't know
shops
that.
work
I don't
at
know
it.
what they teach.
You know, I feel like we've met enough people
Yes.
that are like, my shop doesn't do that. My shop doesn't do this. And we know enough larger dealers to know that they're not teaching design center and IQ and fills and that type of creativity in the way that you guys are. And it was just an interesting comment because I hadn't really thought about it, but he was like, you are creating a group of power users of these sewing machines. They use more features in their sewing machines than almost every other customer.
We do try to teach you, and you do have those features, and we want you to at least be exposed to them. And if they make your life easier, then great. Like what we're doing right now, of course, we're last minute prepping, but we're prepping some stuff so that we can show quilting in the hoop at the quilt show and how easy it can be.
Right.
So, anyhow.
So Stephanie asked, do you think AI will hit the sewing embroidery industry? I do. And I will also tell you, I think Brother will lead that charge once again because they don't just make sewing machines. But I would also tell you, I think AI is funny because like AI is a new term for things like predictive analytic language models, right? And so those have been around for a long time. And so it's just there have been some quantum leaps in the abilities within those spaces. So I think like if you boil AI down to things like predictive analytics, the machine already has it. The ability to define an area and fill it, that's kind of AI. And so, you know, do I think at some point you'll be able to say a machine embroider me a bunny with a cigar in its mouth and the machine will be able to do that? Yeah, I think at some point in the industry you're going to see that. And my guess is there's this little company called Brother that is moving their abilities into the cloud with things like Artspira. And I think part of the reason why you're seeing pushes like that in the industry is because Brother sees that that's where it's going, where cloud-based computing and actual computer-based computing is going to be able to do that. So I'll let you ladies know. I'm not sure about live streams this week. Like we'll figure it out. I think the show opens at 10, so maybe we'll live stream from the show every day. But I think the once I get kind of the pre-order up, we'll let you know. It'll be on the promotions page. But like I said, we have an incredibly limited amount of information, and so you know, it is what it is. And then somebody said, I'm insulted by those previews. You know, it's the sewing industry's version of showing a little cleavage, right? Or of showing a little leg, right? They're trying to create a little excitement, and people know it's coming, and they're trying to turn you on. You know, I get the idea of being insulted by it, but it's just them trying not to spill the beans and show a little skin, right? So
And quite frankly, I go, maybe that's all they have to show us right now.
I don't know. I mean, I think they are, you know, that's the other thing I would say is, you know, one of the things that we haven't seen by Brother is like when the product hits, it's ready for prime time. So
Okay. You done?
yes.
All right. Let's talk like let's talk some fun sewing stuff. So Michelle came in. I love it when she comes in after the weekend. She's like, let me show you what I did. So this is from the Minky Kim panel. Is this like adorable? And I think did you say you filmed it, Michelle?
I did.
She filmed it. That stitch that you see there is one of the specialty long stitches. This is part of the fabric. So she just quilted around it just to give it like a raised look. It says on the back of it, handmade, 100% organic, handle with care. This is all part of the panel, so you're not piecing any of that together. Remember the zippers that we got that go perfectly? I'm going to get another bunch of them in today, and I'll get more of these sent out to you. The zippers, I couldn't have picked like a better, like that pack. When we got the pack and we put it with the panel, we were like, what? What sorcery is this? It was like magical. It just went so perfectly. So if you want to order, and I would order because I do have these on order. They're not coming in. The panels won't be in until August. But we are like, we need to refuel. Right? We need to refuel and refresh. So our classes are going to be really limited.
About us personally? Because I could use a little fuel right now.
I'm talking about the whole store. I mean, we are balls to the wall. We ask a lot of our staff, and we ask a lot of ourselves. So we are like, there will probably be very few classes on the calendar for the rest of June and July. We'll do a little bit here or there. And then in August, we'll be back up and running again. Yeah. So, but get your panel, because this is something that Michelle's either going to be doing classes or doing a sew along or posting stuff, so you can get this done. But remember, this is like, here's one of the poles. It's like a little pineapple. So cute. And I was running around the store looking for a zipper pack to show you, and I don't have any. Everyone that I've gotten has gone out the door. But it's Sally Tomato Fruit. If you just put that in the search, and I think I link the two, the panel and the zipper pack, but I'm not positive. But we also ordered some yardage of this fabric as well. I mean, even just this polka dot fabric, is that so sweet? Now let's look inside the bag, because the lining is also part of the panel. So you don't have to go out and buy all sorts of stuff. It all comes together. Look at the little hand sewn patch. Handmade with love. This little tag is Michelle's. She's Fabric Crush. But we have those as well. This one's for Anna. These are the patches, or the labels, the woven labels. And I think there's 15 in here. So there's 5 of each. There's 5 different ones, 3 of each. So, and these are $7.99, and they're on the site. They're on sale on the site. So make sure you get these as well. More zippers are coming. Panels will be back in August. So, and it's going to be, I mean, just so fun and so sweet, and everything looks so great together. If you haven't seen the panel yet, this is the panel. Minky Kim is she's like a designer, and she has fabric too. This is the Bloomberry panel. So you can see right here, this is the one Michelle did. Over here, that's the inside fabric. On the bottom right here, this is the outside of the fabric. And I mean, it looks even 100 times cuter when it's actually stitched out. So I love this panel because everything is on it and you are ready to go. And Minky Kim has her own videos. So I think there are all her videos without sound. Michelle, without like, I think it's visual instruction. I don't think it's like verbal instruction. So I did get those woven labels in, and I did get some of the pre-cuts. So this is if you want to get your own stuff to go with it and make all the Minky Kim projects. This is her Bloomberry fat quarter pack, and it's $81.99. I think we have it on the site for 20% off. So we only have a handful of them. If we sell out, we can still reorder and we'll get you more. Let's talk about Lori Holt. I have been told they are not kidding. They are not going to kit. So they're not going to kit for their first 2 machine embroideries. There's this one, is it Hometown? And then there's another one that's in the queue. Those will not be fabric kitted. So I'm going to be talking to my rep, and we are going to get yardage. And I told her what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a layer cake. So I'm going to get a 10-inch square layer cake because I don't know if I'm going to do the big size. And I looked at the sizes. You know how Kimberbell has you cut really big pieces for small things, and there's a lot of waste. Which I'm really thankful for a lot of the time because there's been times where I've needed that extra fabric. I think what I'm going to do when I do that quilt, and I told her once I get it, I think I'll stitch out a couple of blocks, and that way we can have you buy what's going to be most appropriate and not overkill, is I will have yardage for the borders, the sashing, the background fabric, the back. And then if you want to make the bigger size, you can get the fat quarter pack, or if you're going to make something smaller, you can get the layer cake. But I think that layer cake is going to go a long way, and I'm not going to pre-cut any of my applique pieces. I'm just going to take that 10-inch square, lay it where I need it, take a little bit out of it, for the doors, the little blocks, the all of that stuff. And if you're chomping at the bit, so I think the design kind of dropped at the beginning of the month, but they haven't even, as far as I knew, I was like, can you give me a ship date so I can give them an idea of when they'll get it? And what did she say to me? And I don't think anything is even shipping, or if it is shipping, it's shipping slowly. So I would say maybe mid-month, maybe even towards the end of the month. So for those of you that I was holding stuff for, I might send your stuff out because I don't know exactly when we're going to get it.
Yeah. I'll send you that.
How many? I did send a note to say, okay, do you know when they'll be shipping? Their at-once shipping has been out to 10 days. Let me see if I can get you an update for tomorrow. I'll send a note to my rep and just see what's going on with that. But let's call Lori Holt, unless you're like dying to get it done and start it as soon as possible, as soon as you get your design. Let's call that a project that we're going to do as a sew-along, and we'll do it in the fall. It's going to be something that we'll, and when I say fall, like we won't start until August. September is when we're going to go ahead and start that as a shop. So I know you have a lot to work on, and you're not going to be too stressed about finding something else to keep you occupied in between now and then.
So let's talk a little bit about this week. So tomorrow is set up for the show. And then the show is 10 to 4, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The reason I mention this, not necessarily a great week to come into the store. Jeannie's always like, don't tell them not to come in. But the reality is we will not be here. I generally swing by the store in the mornings just to kind of make sure everything's cool. And then I swing in the evenings to make sure if there's anything that has to happen in the store for the following day, I can be prepared and make that happen. But very limited access to the two of us this week. And don't expect responses to emails, stuff like that.
This is a week where I will say no. Can you do no? Will you send me no? I'm very much a yes girl. This week will be all about no. So you might not even get the reply no. Just know the answer is no. No. It's gonna be no this week.
It's gonna be like my house all over again.
That's not true. That's not true, baby. That's not true. Anyways, okay. So, are we gonna do a special in this store?
No.
No.
I don't know what a special in the store would be. right? Like, we're going to be at the show. If you aren't going to the show and you want a show special, the show specials go on all year long here.
Yeah.
So
every
just come
day
in
is
and
a
I'll
show
get and I'll
special.
just get the call from the guys here and just go, okay, do this, and I'll give them the show price. Like, everybody asks me about show price. Every deal is different. And so I don't have a show price. Like, I'm going to sit down and figure out what your situation is. And if we can make it happen for you and I make a couple of bucks, we're going to do it. So, you know, it is what it is. If you want to come in the store, there are going to be 3 guys and Lori.
And maybe grading,
here.
grading going back and forth.
And so, you know, but it's an exhausting week for us. We load in on tomorrow, and we load out on Sunday, and then we like sleep for the next 2
Cindy,
days.
I just replied to your email this morning.
So if you are interested, I know I talked about air purifiers. If you're interested in the purifiers, you buy them on the website. If I have them in stock, and you're like in California, I'll send them from here. If not, I'll just drop ship them to you. But you know, they are kind of like they've been, I don't know, like Asuli got a couple air purifiers. I'd be curious to hear about Asuli's.
Will you have
experience with them.
videos the rest of the week? What videos?
Live streams.
Oh,
Like, we'll start the morning maybe with a quick live stream
yeah,
as we
maybe
get
from
prepared.
maybe from the show, we'll do something.
And
That's a maybe.
So we'll do something probably, and then
You want to do?
yeah, you can. But I mean, I feel like it's like that all the time,
No, it's
anyways.
not.
So it is if you're at the register.
If you come in the store, you want me at the register. I'm like, oh, let me give you a little discount. Okay, so why don't we do right now? And it's got to be in the store. Does it have to be in the store? Yeah, it's got to be in the store. This is for my local ladies, just because.
Or if you're here for the show and
Yes.
you want to come into the store.
We'll do 20% off the store. Does not include kits that we cut in the store. What else doesn't it include? That we have a couple of things where we have like no margin on. So
Kingstar thread, no discount on Kingstar. Yeah, there's
and
some
the
stuff
kits.
that we sell that I'm like, why do we sell that?
Yeah. Oh, and let's talk about the Kimberbell sale. Kimberbell sale is going on until the end of the month. Like, you can go ahead and purchase stuff. Some of that stuff, I've already done a couple of different orders. Some of that stuff we are going to send out soon because I don't want to overwhelm Patrick when I'm gone. So if I can get stuff out
I'm only
before I
working
go.
for 3 days
While
when
I'm
you
gone?
leave.
Maybe we should put something on the website that says this will
It says
not.
4 to 6 weeks, which is accurate.
Well, that's for, I know I put that, but really some of it's going to go out this week. A lot of the stuff will go out
Well,
this
we'll
week
see how much
and
gets
next
gets
week.
out this week, because that's
Okay,
not going to happen.
maybe not this week, but over the weekend and next week. It's my kids. My kids are turning 19.
And our
my
son leaves
twins.
for Korea on Friday. Our daughter comes in this weekend, so we will be spending time with her, not shipping product.
Next week.
So, and then Jeannie leaves for Korea on the 26th. I work through the 29th, and then we close the store for 10 days. Like, it's like by the time we get there, it happens every year, especially when we do the quilt show. But by the time we get there, we are exhausted. And then Susan, shipping to PA on the purifiers, generally going to be like 25 to 30 bucks. It's not overwhelming on the purifiers. I would charge actual shipping, so like whatever the website charges you, don't freak out about that too much. And quite frankly, on the purifiers on our website, it had a tendency to undercharge. So like, and I don't know if we ever fixed that, so I just don't remember, but I wouldn't expect shipping to be more than $20 to $30 over.
Miss Carol A, that design was sent to you on June 5th at 6:52 p.m. Send me a note if you can't find it, but it was sent to you already on June 5th. June 5th. June 5th. At 6:52 p.m. Look in your email. You should have something from me, from Jeannie.
So, okay. So, on the, should
make
we do
sure
our giveaway really fast?
If you want something from the Kimberbell cell, order it sooner than later, because some of the things they have like
some of the
so
stuff will
much
sell out
of.
of.
Some of the things they don't have, like I got kits, Capuchera kits, sold out. So I went to order more of them, sold out. So for those first people, I think the first 6, I have those kits for you. I took it down because we can't even get those anymore. So, yes.
And if you're going to the show, it's a great time to do you want to talk about the DD stuff?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
So we will have, at the show, the digital dealer stuff. So come and see us at the show. Those will be on special, and you can get any of the digital dealer years.
And what Patrick's
that you
talking
didn't
about
get.
is he's talking about 2017, 2018, and this was, they called it Kimberbell Club. And there's a lot of really, really fun projects. If your local dealer has it, you can purchase Kimberbell Club from your local dealer. We're not allowed to ship those out, but if you come to the show, you can buy those. If you're here, then you can buy those from us. And so we have all of those ready to go for you. They're on USBs with all the different formats. Normally we sell them for $89.99 for the year, and at the show they'll be $79.99. And those are things that Kimberbell hasn't put back up again, but that's where the Tooth Fairy, the Flamingo, the there's so many cute projects that are going to be part of that.
So let's do our giveaway so I can get to work.
Giveaway. Oh, our giveaway. And you're going to have to remind us when it comes out. I'm going to write it down, but sometimes stuff like this disappears. We are giving away one of the Kimberbell totes. It's the tool and tote. It is made for the clear blue tile templates, and it is made for the pop rulers. Right? We're only doing one. They normally retail, I think, for like $130. And so this is a pre-order. They're not out. They're not being released. They're being released in honor of Patrick Mulligan's birthday on July 27th. And you'll get it after
also
that.
Kimberbell Day.
Ooh. So we have no idea who this is.
User BW1LW9WS.
Are you on right now?
6X.
1LW9WS6X, and this is the tote. Okay.
So we're gonna have to drop you a note because it's impossible for us to see who you are.
Patrick will take care of that, and congratulations. You have won the tote. If you're not an embroiderer, don't worry about it. You could use it for rulers. You can use it for any of your sewing notions. You can use it for your quilting rulers.
I'm going to get going.
Yeah.
And Miss Bogey, who's Miss Bogey?
Bogert. Susan. Right here. She has her name.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Patrick
right.
will give you a call. Have a great day. Be creative and make something awesome. And we will possibly see you tomorrow. It's going to be hit or miss. And maybe